So the Philadelphia 76ers reportedly declined a huge trade offer from the Pistons involving Jerami Grant and others in exchange for 2.5. Was it a smart move by Daryl Morey? What could it signal? Heading up to the trade deadline in a few weeks, we will break it all down on today's show. Let's go. Perfect. What is going on, everybody? RB here. Welcome back on into the show. Like always, if you enjoy the content, feel free to drop a like on the video. Hit the subscribe if you're new, and be sure, it's very important, hit that notification bell so you get all the notifications anytime we drop content or go live. It's been a little bit iffy with YouTube lately, so be sure to stay on top of that. We have some interesting news and rumors to get to today, but first and foremost, we must start with this. Shout out to everybody who hit me up earlier today. I didn't even know about this. I was doing stuff and my phone started blowing up. Apparently we got posted our tweet on ESPN's Instagram page. I thought it was really cool and it was hilarious. Honestly, the tweet was about Kawhi Leonard and the meme that's been going around all day of him just being just so awkward and out of place at the Rams game yesterday. And everybody was there. Paul George, they were all hype, celebrating, and Kawhi just being Kawhi. It was absolutely hilarious. Shout out to everybody who was reposting it on their stories and stuff. You guys and all this support, man, it's amazing. It truly is. I really appreciate it. But anyway, getting into what we need to get into. So about midday, we're doing our thing. And boom, what do you know? Another 2-5 trade rumor pops into the atmosphere. That is right. This coming out earlier from Jake Fischer of Bleacher Report. Apparently the Detroit Pistons offered the Sixers a huge trade package in exchange for 2.5. And as you can see here, Jerami Grant was involved in that, and we made a video a couple months about this exact topic. But here's the quote from Jake Fischer. He says, "The Pistons package of Grant, Saddiq Bey, Kelly Olynyk, and a first-round pick, for example, was not met with much enthusiasm by the Philadelphia brass, a.k.a. Daryl Morey and Elton Brand." The article went on to read, and I quote, "The situation in Philadelphia hasn't changed. Since July, Daryl Morey's front office has thus far rebuffed any Simmons trade offer that hasn't included an all-star caliber partner for Joel Embiid, who's on the Sixers' wish list." So once again, Daryl Morey holding to his guns and pretty much saying the same thing. We are not trading him unless we get an all-star caliber player in return. And, there's been reports the last couple of days, Ramona Shelburne, all those people, that he is willing to sit out the entire season, which I've been telling you straight up. I mean, I don't know how many times I have to say it at this point. I know a lot of these, content pieces, videos are probably, rebuting some of the same things, just spitting it out. And I mean, it's just how it is. We have, 3 weeks to go to make a decision that will impact our franchise in both the short and long term to give us a chance to compete. And all I will keep saying is we better make something happen, If you don't want to take it from me, take it from Sixers legend Charles Barkley, the hilarious Charles Barkley, who had this to say regarding the situation, quote, 2.5 is never going to play in Philly again. The fans will never forgive him, and I know the fans well. I thought my name was Charles Barkley, son of a bleep, for a long time there. I love it, man. Charles Barkley's hilarious, and he just gives you the unfiltered truth, and I try to go off the same. Like, Charles Barkley's going to tell it how it is. He's just going to tell you how he feels. He doesn't give any craps at all. And he's saying, 2.5's not going to play. He's not going to play here. The city's too tough. The situation is just too far gone. And that's just how he is. That's his character. And I agree 100% with Charles Barkley. Also, another piece that was put out in relation to the news earlier. This was from Sam Amick of The Athletic. He says Detroit is asking for 2 first-round picks or 1 first-round pick plus a high upside young player for Jerami Grant. And that pretty much aligns with the package, right? Kelly Olynyk, Saddiq Bey, and Jerami Grant in exchange for 2.5, right? Obviously we didn't hear about a pick, but a young player with potential, right? A young player with high upside, as they want to call it here. I could definitely see them being in the run for 2.5. Now, what does this mean in in totality, right? I feel like the main question that us Sixers fans, NBA fans, we struggle with every single day is the question of, do the Sixers hold out and try to get more value, which has kind of been the ideology this entire time, in the hopes that he still has a ton of value, or do the Sixers and Daryl Morey and Elton Brand come down to earth and realize that, the value just will not be there. At least the value in terms of an impact player, a game changer, an all-star caliber. However Daryl Morey wants to word it, okay? That is really the question that is so up in the air. It decides everything. And to be quite honest, however many videos we make or however many reports are put out, any reporter, any content creator, me, you, your brother, your sister, it doesn't matter. Nobody knows the answer to that question, what his value is right now, because there's so many outside characteristics to this. There's so many outliers in this situation that have just not been seen, and it's just really hard to assess. Honestly, we go off reports, but at the end of the day, who knows what? We know what we hear, and what is put out. And even if Adrian Wojnarowski was to come out and say this and this was offered, do we still believe? I don't know at that point, and I just don't know where the value is at now. This rumor coming out, hopefully what this means is that the interest is starting to accumulate. We're starting to heat up a little bit with a couple weeks to go. I know this isn't an impact player, and I will echo exactly what I said months ago in relation to Jerami Grant. I'm happy for the guy. He got his bag. He's a process Sixer. He made a career for himself, and I'm really happy for him. He's a good dude. But let's be honest. In terms of Daryl Morey's expectations, right, the game changer, Jerami Grant is not that. I'm sorry, okay? He doesn't even perform up to standards on a Pistons team. And when I say standards, I'm talking about being a number one type of guy. Yeah, he's going to give you he's going to give you decent stats, right? He's going to be a nice role player. I just don't see him being that guy. You bring him in, and he's going to elevate this team and bring us to a championship level. I don't see him that way. I really don't. And I think the fit, especially alongside a guy like Tobias Harris, I just don't see how it would work putting Jerami Grant at the 3. He's not a Jaylen Brown type of player, okay? Jerami Grant is not that. He's not a Bradley Beal type of player, in my opinion. Just my opinion. And again, I'm rooting for Jerami Grant. I'm happy for him. But especially, bringing another $30 million contract in, I just don't know if he's going to live up to that. Now, again, Sadiq Bey, I always loved him in college. He played for my team. Kelly Olynyk, even though I don't like him, he's a decent bench player. Is this going to put us over the top? Probably not. But what this shows is that hopefully, if true, teams are starting to kind of put their bids in. A lot of people want to say, oh, well, at this point, we didn't think there would be any interest. Let me be honest, all right? I'm still concerned. The difference between the video I made a couple months ago in the situation and me now is I still feel the same way about the Pistons and Jerami Grant. Do I want to pull a trade offer with them? No, I don't. I think it was the right decision for Daryl Morey to decline this offer. I do. But it all depends on the guidance and the direction of the franchise. If you think that we are canned and we need to just trade 2-5 and Tobias and just kind of retool and start over, then maybe you think about that offer depending on, the playing field you see here in the next couple of weeks. But if you are trying to win and contend this year, which has been my hope, my aspiration, my expectation based off what we hear, then no, you can't really accept this trade offer in my eyes. But again, who knows? There's such that fine line, nobody knows. It's just up in the air. And that's just kind of where we're at. And it's tough as a fan base, just everyone trying to, wait and hope that the right thing happens. But, the only difference now is that I'm worried. As opposed to 2 months ago, I thought offers would start heating up. I thought hopefully someone of that caliber would become available, but right now it just doesn't seem that way. It could be a quiet trade deadline, and I just hope the rumors start to heat up, man. We need to get this situation over with, but I am getting worried more by the day. This doesn't really excite me oh, now every team's going to be involved. There might be a couple teams at the bottom of the barrel that are getting intrigued, but again, what do they have to offer us to help us win this year? That's what I'm concerned with. But if you're on the side of, his value is diminished so much that we're just at that point, you have to get what you can get, maybe this is a good thing then. It's definitely hard. But anyway, other than that, there was another quick report from Sam Amick of The Athletic who put this out. The Kings, I do believe, are actually pondering the idea of 2-5 and Tobias Harris. I don't think that is off the table. We heard this last week. Just, some support on that side of it. Just some backup. But, I just don't know. I still don't feel Tobias is going to get traded. I don't think that's very much of a tradable contract. I know he's really struggling right now. He's making it hard for anybody to support him at this point. But we need to worry about one before we worry about both. You know what I mean? And I'm still getting worried that with this whole situation, we are going to go past the trade deadline and not do anything. That is how I'm starting to feel, and it's terrifying. Because, again, I will tell you for the last time, for the 5 millionth time, 2-5 is not playing for this team. It's just not going to happen. We can't waste a season of Joel Embiid. I think the Pistons offer is a gauge. It's a start, but I'm really hoping things accumulate in the next couple weeks. We need to hear something come out of the stratosphere. We need to hear a Woj bomb like so-and-so is offering this. They are engaged. This team, I don't know, man. It's tough. Sixers got to do something, man. They can't leave this hanging for the rest of the year. But anyway, those are just my thoughts. I want to hear from you about everything. Let me know down below in the comments section what you think. Like always, appreciate you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And like always, I will catch you on the next one. Peace.
Perfect.